Hello, fellow learners. Welcome to Tech with Machines. Today, we are diving deep into one of Python's most powerful data structures, dictionaries. Whether you're new to programming or looking to enhance your Python skills, stick around because by the end of the video, you are going to be a dictionary ninja. Before we deep dive and go through the different concepts of dictionary, let me walk you through today's agenda. So we are going first to go with very basic introduction and the operations which are there in dictionary as well as the methods which dictionary supports. Along with it, we will also talk about how to iterate over a dictionary and what does nested dictionary mean. At the end of the video, I'm going to drop a bonus question which you can try, and in the next video I'll try to answer that. We are going to have a bonus question now in every video of this series, just a habit so that we understand the concept better, and it also helps you to revise whatever you learned over the period of time. So without wasting any further time, let's start with the basics. What are dictionaries in Python? Imagine a real world dictionary. It has words and their corresponding definitions. So in a similar way, in Python, dictionaries store key value pairs. Keys are generally immutable, and dictionaries are generally indexed by keys, unlike sequence types. In Python, we define dictionaries using key value pairs using curly braces, and key value pairs are generally separated by colons. Unlike lists, dictionaries are not ordered, they are unordered, meaning items don't have a specific order in dictionaries. Let's now try to create a dictionary, create our own dictionary. So I'm going to move to an ID and start with some coding. Now back to our Python editor, and now today I have created a file named dictionaries.py in the same project called Python Kickstarter. By the end of this series, basically by end of the basic concepts of Python, I'm going to commit this to my GitHub and paste a link in my YouTube channel so that you can go through it once more. If you're new to my channel, then you can go through it, or if you are already following my channel and are also going through my videos, then it becomes just a reference point for you to go through while you practice Python. So I've already divided the concepts or the topics which we are going to cover in the coding today. So we are going to start first with the basic syntax which we just talked about, that okay, the dictionaries are created by curly braces. They are generally enclosed by curly braces, and you basically have the key value pairs in those curly braces. So assume we are going to create a dictionary. So this is the common syntax of a dictionary, but let's create our own dictionary. We're going to call it my dict, and in this case we are going to, let's say, give it an animal name, and let's say whether he's a pet or not, whether he can be a domestic animal or not. Let's say lion, no, it can't be, so let's give a boolean value false here. And as you remember, booleans are generally have uppercase as their first letter. True or false are generally T, and F in true or false are generally uppercase, right? Are dog being a domestic animal? Yes, they are. And cow being a domestic animal? Yes, they are. So let's start with this very basic thing. So this is how you can create a dictionary. So you can use curly braces and separate each key value pair with a colon. There is another way we can create a dictionary, which is by using dict function. So basically I can also do this. I can say my dict equal to dict as a function, and then actually provided whatever values I have to add or update in that dictionary. In either way, the type of this particular variable my dict is going to be a dictionary. So if I'm gonna do a type of my dict in the first one and then also print it in the second scenario where we created it using a function, you will see it will print nothing but a type of dictionary. So as you can see, it's a class dict, right? So this is how you can create a dictionary. We have gone through these kind of scenarios with sets, with tuples, with lists, how you can create them either by their common syntax or by a particular function. Now, how do you access uh, items in a dictionary, right? Uh, I can access a particular key using square brackets, and I can get the value of that particular key by just associating that key using square brackets. So let's assume that I want to actually print what is the value of a particular key called line in my dictionary. Then I will just do print my dictionary, and I will give the key which I'm looking for, which in this case is line. So it's gonna print actually nothing but false here, because that's what is the value of that particular, sorry. Oh, you saw that this is actually saying that you don't have anything called line as a key in this. It gave me a key error, and maybe accidentally I have revealed the answer to the bonus question. So let's see if you remember this in the end. So I'm gonna clear this up. And why did this happen? This happened because I initialized dictionary again with the same variable again within the global scope with the dict constructor. So I'm gonna just comment this out and let it have the original dictionary which we created, and now I'm gonna print it. So let's do this, and as you can see, the dictionary is printing false as a value of that particular key. So that's how you access basically items in a dictionary, right? Now, how do you add or modify elements in a dictionary? Let's say I want to now add another key to that dictionary, another key value pair to that dictionary. So again, we'll use the same format, whereas the key can be used in a square bracket. I'm modifying the dictionary, so I'm going to use an existing value, and let's say I'm going to say dog is not a domestic animal, just to see if I'm overriding it, how does it behave. So this way I'm overriding an existing dictionary, so it's going to actually change the value of dog now from true to false. Now if I print the dictionary, as you can see, dog has become now false, right? In a similar way, I can actually create a new key and it's gonna add it. So let's say now I'm gonna create my dictionary and I'm gonna add tiger to it and say yes, that is a wild animal. So I'm gonna say no, it's not a domestic animal, it's a wild animal. So I'm gonna say false to that. So now I'm gonna print my dictionary, and as you can see, tiger would have been added as a new key in that dictionary. So yes, tiger got added as a new key value pair with its false value in the dictionary, right? So this is how you create, add or modify values of a dictionary. Now, how do you basically remove elements from a dictionary? So there are two ways you can remove element from a dictionary. Either you can use the delete keyword with del, right? Or you can use pop. So let's try first del keyword. Now I'm gonna do delete of dog because that's with the wrong value. So I'm gonna just delete that. Let's try to do that. And if I print now the dictionary, or for that matter, let's print this also. I'm gonna basically comment this print, and I'm gonna print this here. And let's see what happens now. Let's clear this up. 1 minute. Let's clear this up and run it. And as you can see, dog is no longer in the dictionary. There is another way how we can actually remove an element from the dictionary is by doing pop. And if you remember, pop also returns the element. For now, let's do pop here, and I'll say okay, pop tiger as a value, correct? And then I print it, and as you can see that it is removed tiger. Now let's try to see if it does return us the value as well. So I'm gonna say t equal to this, and let's try to print t here. And as you can see, it did return me the value of that particular key before removing it out from the dictionary. So this is how you do the basic operations on a dictionary, which is adding or modifying an element, or removing an element, or accessing an element. Now, what are the other possible dictionary methods which are there? So there are certain dictionary methods like keys, values, items, Okay, so what does keys do? Keys generally will return a view object that displays a list of all the keys in the dictionary. So if I just do print my dictionary dot keys, it's actually going to return me all the keys now which exist. Now currently there are only two keys, which are lion and cow. So if you see here that it's basically returned me a view object dict keys, and it is actually giving me all the keys of that dictionary, right? So that is what keys do. And the similar way, if you print values, it's gonna return you the values view object that displays all the values which are there in the dictionary. So let's try to print that as well, and as you can see, it is printing two values, false and true. Now if I do items, it's going to return me the key value pairs from the dictionary as a view object. So if I do print my dictionary dot items, it is going to print all the items which are there in the dictionary, right? If I do get, so if I do get, it is going to return me the get of a particular key, value of a particular key from the dictionary. So that's another way how you can access an element in the dictionary. So if I say my dictionary dot get, let's say line, it's going to return me the value of that particular dictionary. So this is how it is returning me false as a value for the key line, right? And if I want to just clean up the dictionary, then I can just do print my dictionary dot clear, right? So this is what is returning here, and it has cleaned up the dictionary and saying none. There's nothing in the dictionary, right? If you recall, in the sets as well, we had that clear method where we cleaned up all the values in the dictionary. Same way, dictionaries also have that clear method. So these are the basic dictionary methods which are available or supported in a dictionary. Now, how do you iterate over a dictionary? So you saw that there were three particular methods which we went through: keys, values, and items. Those actually help us to iterate or use a loop to access keys, values, or items in the dictionary. So if I want to just if I'm gonna do a basic iteration over a dictionary, that's gonna generally return me key. So if I do my key in my dictionary and then just print the key, it's gonna just return the key basically, or I can access the values in that key, right? So currently we did my dictionary dot clear, so we're gonna just comment that out, and for a reference I'm gonna comment all of them out. So let's try to just print now, and you can see lion and cow came. So mydict generally gives us the keys of the dictionary, right? Now if I would have changed it to dot keys and tried to print now that key value, so you could have seen that also is giving me the same thing. So by default, if I just do a for loop on the dictionary object, it returns me keys, which is the same way if I do mydict.keys, right? Now if I do mydict.items, then it is actually returning me the key value pair. In that case, I will basically refer one more thing and I'll say key and a value, right? So in this case, I'm directly getting the key and a particular value. So in this case, I'm getting line false, cow true. Now, if I would have done just a key and not done this basically items, like the previous one, I could have accessed the value by just doing mydict and then passing the key in a square bracket. That would have also returned me the same thing. Let's try to run this, and you can see, 1 minute, too many values to unpack. Sorry, we'll have to remove the value from here. Okay, now if we run it, it is returning me exactly the same thing which it returned me with the items, right? But how to use it is slightly different. Now in operator, we can actually use that to check if there is a particular key existing in a dictionary. So let's say I'm saying print, and I'm saying if lion is in dictionary, so I can just do lion in mydict, like key exists in the dictionary or not. And if I just do this print, and it is saying yes, it does exist, true, right? So that is what is about checking if a key exists in a dictionary or not. Like list comprehensions, tuples, set comprehensions, you can also do dictionary comprehensions, right? So how do you do dictionary comprehensions? The same way, the syntax will remain same, that you basically create use a for loop and create a new dictionary. So let's say you wanted to create a dictionary where the key is multiplied by 2 key multiplies itself by 2. So let's, and in, if you remember, in lists we use square brackets to do that. In sets, again we use curly braces, and in tuples we use parentheses. But in case of dictionary, we are gonna use curly braces. So let's say I have a key and I want to, what is my expression, I want to actually multiply it by 2, and I am just dealing with a range which is with, let's say, 1 to 5, right? So here I have given a key, the range itself, and corresponding value. So that's why I'm using here the key colon value concept, because it's a dictionary. So now I'm going to print this dictionary, and as you can see, it will be 1 and key multiplied by so many things, right? So here, if you can see, cow is cow, right? Okay, I did one mistake. I'm still referring to the older one, so I'm going to use I instead here, not the key, because I'm looping through a range using I as a variable. So now you can see 1 is to 2, 2 is to 4, 3 is to 6, 4 is to 8. That's our new dictionary created using dictionary comprehensions. Very short form and very handy to create a new dictionary, right? Now nested dictionaries is that actually you can have a dictionary inside a dictionary. That's what nested dictionary means, right? You can actually contain other dictionaries as values, allowing for nested data structure. So it's that straightforward and powerful. So let's try to create a nested dictionary. So I'm just gonna create nested dictionary, and it's again gonna be basically created in a similar way. So let's say I'm trying to create a nested dictionary, and I'm basically talking about an employee with name being its key, and then I'm actually referring to his age being 30, and I'm also talking about he having address, let's say Pune, right? So here, as you can see, I actually created a nested dictionary within a dictionary, right? So these are the nested dictionaries, basically. So dictionaries are versatile data structures in Python in this way, and it is offering a flexible way to store and manipulate data as key value pairs, right? So understanding how to work with dictionaries is essential, because this can become your go-to data structure in Python. And you can see, with so much diversity and with so many data types, it's so easy to use Python because they're very handy and they are very pretty similar in terms of basic operations which we apply on them, right? So with this, we have covered the fundamentals of Python dictionaries, right? We went from creation to manipulation to iteration. And if you will practice, you can actually harness the power of dictionaries in your Python projects, correct? Now going back to our bonus question, which is simply what happens if you try to access a key in a dictionary that doesn't exist. If you recall, in one of the errors, it does say what happens if the key doesn't exist, and I think I basically revealed the answer to this question. But please do comment what will happen if you try to access a key in a dictionary that doesn't exist, and what is an alternative to avoid that, right? We actually went through that as well, that what is an alternative to avoid that. But if you want to basically go through it and comment on this, please feel free to comment on it. Until then, keep coding, keep learning, and let's meet next time. Thank you.